Okay, so this time we go to the next chapter. Our chapter for today is cost of production. Okay, so first we go to cost concept. Alright, so we have 4 types of cost: implicit and explicit cost, opportunity cost, social cost, and also sunk cost. Implicit and explicit cost. Implicit cost is the value of input services that are used in production but not purchased in a market. Alright, so for explicit cost, what is explicit cost? Explicit cost is a value of resources purchased for production. Okay, so that's the differ between these two type of cost. Implicit, we not purchased the input, but for explicit cost, we purchased our resources or inputs in the market. Okay, so the second is opportunity cost. What is opportunity cost? Opportunity cost is the value of a resources in its next best use. Okay, so before this, we know opportunity cost as the second best alternative foregone. Alright, the third concept is social cost. Social cost is a total cost of production that includes direct and indirect cost incurred by society. Okay, so it might be pollution, okay, water pollution, it may be something waste, okay, contamination from mining activities. Okay, that's the example. Okay, the last one is sunk cost. Sunk cost is the cost that a firm cannot recover from the expenditure it has made. Okay, so sunk cost, it's counted in accounting cost. It's not economic cost. Okay, remember, it cannot be recovered. Okay. Next, we go to short run cost concept. Okay, so we have here all the concepts of cost for short run. Okay, the first one is total fixed cost, TFC. Okay, total fixed cost is the cost of input that are independent of output. Okay, so the example like rent. Okay, so the formula is don't have any specific formula for total fixed cost, but if you have been given a table, so how to identify the total fixed cost, TFC? Yes, you need to find out the amount of TC when output is 0. Okay, you refer to the output. Okay, when output 0, is there any amount for total cost? Okay, if it said at 0, output 0, total cost is 10, meaning the total fixed cost is also 10. Okay, you need to remember total fixed cost, the amount is independent. Okay, meaning I give you the example. Okay, for the table, normally we have quantity. Alright, meaning output. We also have total fixed cost, total variable cost. This is the second one, total variable cost. And normally we will have total cost. Okay, quantity output will be increasing. I just put it in smaller number. Okay, until 5. All right. So let's say 10, 20, 30, okay, 40, 50, and 60. The last one is 60. Okay, so when it said cost, TFC is the cost of input that are independent of output, it means the amount of TFC here must be same. Don't care either the quantity is 0, 1, 2, 3, or maybe bigger than this one. It may be quantity may be different, but the total fixed cost is fixed amount, same amount. If at 0 it's 50, meaning here also 50, 50, 50, 50, 50, and so on 50. That means is independent. Okay, not increasing, not decreasing. Okay, so this is total cost. I give an example only. So for here, I said how to identify the amount of total fixed cost. Okay, so we look at the amount of total cost. Alright, the first row here. Okay, you identify at quantity 0. Is there any amount of total cost? Yes, it's 10. When quantity 0, total cost is 10. Meaning 10 here is the amount of total fixed cost. So you put 10. How about 1? At quantity 1, also same, we put 10 here. Because why? Because it's fixed amount. Okay, so this is total fixed cost. Okay, need remember how to identify the amount of total fixed cost if you have been given a table like this one. So the technique is find out the amount of total cost when quantity is 0. So that is the amount for total fixed cost. Okay, that's for the first concept. We go to the second concept. Second is total variable cost, TVC. TVC is the cost of input that change with output. Okay, meaning normally when the output become bigger, then total variable cost also become bigger. Okay, so total variable cost, I gave you an example like labor. Labor is our input, so their salary is our cost. Okay, so our input and also cost. If we have a building, so our cost will be rent. If we have a labor, then our cost will be salary. Okay, so salary is our total variable cost. Why? Because it depends on the quantity output. When quantity output become bigger, then total variable cost also become bigger. Okay, like quantity 0. Normally, if our labor don't do any job, okay, just imagine we have a labor, but okay, for the whole year, okay, he did not come to our factory. So what to do? Do we need pay for their salary? For his salary? No. Okay, so normally when we don't do any production, so we don't have any variable cost, so here will become 0. But what happened when quantity increasing, then the total variable cost also will increase. Okay, it's not fixed, it's variable. Variable meaning the amount will be differ from the others. Okay, so that is total variable cost. Okay, we go to diagram. Total fixed cost we have a straight horizontal line, total fixed cost. Okay, like in my example, I put total fixed cost is 10, meaning when our output is 0, this is our Q output and this is our cost. This is 10. So don't care how many amount of quantity, but the total fixed cost will always be 10. Okay, so that's how we got a straight line. Alright, total variable cost. Total variable cost, remember I said when output is 0, it's 0 also. So it become like here, like this one, this curve. That's total variable cost. Okay? Total cost. Total cost TC is the sum of cost of all inputs. Remember, in inputs we have fixed input, we have variable input. So to get total cost, we refer on formula. TFC we must plus with TVC. So here, how to get TC, total fixed cost, plus with total variable cost. Then we can identify our amount of total variable cost. This one will become 10, so we got 20. This one will become 20, so we got 30. Here also same. 10 plus 30, we got 40 for our TC. And also here 40. And the last one is 50. Okay, remember how to get TC? TFC we plus with TVC. Then we got cost for total amount. Okay. Next, we go to average. Average fixed cost, average variable cost, and also average total cost. Okay, so average meaning we need to find out a cost for 1 unit of output. Alright, so what is average fixed cost? Average fixed cost is the fixed cost per unit of output. So the formula is TFC, yeah, divide by quantity. Average variable cost is a variable cost per unit of output. So the formula is TVC divide by Q. And the last one, average total cost, ATC. This is the concept for average. ATC meaning the total cost per unit of output. So ATC is TC divided by Q, or we can plus AFC and also AVC to get ATC. Alright, the last one is marginal cost. This is the concept of marginal. Marginal cost is additional cost incurred to produce an additional 1 unit output. Okay, we want to add another 1 unit of output. So, of course, we need to add another cost. So, how many amount we need to add? That is the calculation for marginal cost. So, marginal cost, okay, marginal cost for output. Sorry, I go to the formula first. The formula said marginal cost is changes in TC divided by changes in quantity. Okay, so like this one. Changes in TC divided by changes by quantity. Changes meaning the new amount we need to subtract with old amount. Okay, so how to get the amount of marginal cost? So I choose one example. Let's say we want to calculate marginal cost at production 4 here. At production 4. Okay, so how to get the amount of MC at production 4? So TC at production 4, we need to subtract with TC at production, the old one, meaning before 4. it's 3. Okay, then we divide by quantity 4, subtract with quantity 3. So we get the amount from the table. Total cost for is 50. Minus total cost at output 3 is 40. So quantity 4 is 4 minus quantity 3 is 3. So it's 10 over 1. It's 10. Okay. So here we put 10. If we have a column for marginal cost, then we know marginal cost here is 10. Okay. So that's the calculation of marginal cost. Alright. So how's the curve look like? I draw a different. Okay. Before this, okay, we have a simple as is for cost. So we have quantity output here, and also we have a cost amount here. Okay, just now I said our total fixed cost is a straight line starting from 10. This is our total fixed cost. Okay, but our total variable cost is starting from 0. So here is total variable cost. Okay, so how about total cost? Total cost must be start from 10. Okay, like I gave you here my example before this. Okay, total cost is start from 10 when output is 0, so it must start here. Okay, so this is total cost. Alright. Okay. Next, the second, we go to average and also marginal. Okay, this is quantity, this is cost, 0. Okay, so our average variable cost is like U shape. This is average variable cost. Okay. Our total cost is also like a U shape, a average total cost. And also our MC, marginal cost. Okay. Last one is this. This is average fixed cost. Okay, so you need to remember marginal cost with intersect with average variable cost and also average total cost at minimum amount. Okay, so that is marginal cost, average total cost. This is the curve should be look like for cost concept. All right.